My name's Kelly Flynn.
Kelly,
nice to meet you.
Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you.
Hey, I'm Jason.
Hey, Jason, how you doing, buddy?
Not too bad.
Good to see you. They got some good fire here.
We had a quick question for you.
Oh, sure, yeah. No, of course.
Well,
I thought you were heading in. I apologize.
That's okay. We work with the New Hampshire Carbon Coalition, and we were wondering what...
Carbon Coalition? Mm-hmm. I hope it means to eliminate it, not to produce it.
That's right.
Producer, we got that.
No, I got it. Okay.
And we were wondering what your plan is to cut emissions from coal-fired power plants.
Flat cap it right now, number one. I co-sponsored a bill with Senator Boxer. Are you aware of the Boxer bill?
Yeah,
That's the bill I supported. So I think, number one, we should be capping carbon emissions now. Coal-fired plants, and all plants, but coal-fired electric plants, we should not allow them new constructions absent the newest technology. They've got to be able, we should be underwriting some of that with tax write-offs for them to be able to go out and, if they're going to keep in place, give them the incentive to change, to modernize their facilities. And eventually we should be shutting down those plants that are the worst polluters. You got to get into carbon trading as well, you know, cap and trade system. But it is, unless we are able to move by the middle of this century, reduce by between 50 and 80%, we're done. My state's underwater. I'm not being facetious. You all up here laugh about it, you know, but in my state, if the predictions are 3 to 5 degree increase in centigrade per year over the next 20 years, that's a 3-foot rise in sea level. But you know what's a bigger problem for us? That's the first problem we have to address. But we also have to address carbon emissions coming from China's building one coal-fired plant a month. And they're building very, very dirty coal. Now, I have an environmental record, if you will look it up, that's pretty close to perfect over the last 30 for real. But one of the things we have to focus on is we have to focus on, in my view, clean coal technology, not for U.S. consumption, for U.S. export. Because you've got China sitting over there on about 150 years of dirty coal. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to burn it. So we can get clean as a whistle, as my grandpop would say, and we're still going to be underwater. We're still going to be underwater if we don't do something about getting ourselves back into an international agreement with regard to climate control.
So you do still see coal as part of carbon reduction?
No. I see. Put it another way.
But when you say clean coal,
let me phrase it.
Okay, yeah.
China is burning a hell of a lot of very, very dirty coal with no sequestration and no reduction in emissions. So we should be developing technology that we can sell to them that provides for sequestration as well as reduction of carbon emissions.
What if we could sell them renewable technologies that are more economical?
That ain't no greater, but guess what they're not going to do? As I say, get a life. They've got all this coal. All this coal. They can get it dirt cheap.
It's pretty windy in China, too.
Yeah. No, we should be trying to sell. Look, we should become the world leader in export. Here we are in Delaware. A number of us were able to participate in getting something very controversial done. Major wind farm off the shores of our most beautiful beaches. Y'all ought to get to work up here and do it in Nantucket. We got it done down my way. Now, what happened? You know, we have to go to buy those turbines?
Denmark.
Bingo! We should be making them here.
That's right.
I agree.
Making them here.
China doesn't want their coal because they want to compete with us with technology because that's all.
Oh, no, that's great. No. Look, here's what we want to do. We want to get them and every other... The generic point I'm making is this. This requires multiple, immediate, coordinated efforts across the board. We're having trouble going from 2 to what I believe should be 20% renewables by 2020. We're going to have trouble doing that. China's in the dark ages here, and China has a population that's going to exceed 1,300,000,000 by then. And they're sitting on all this coal, and it's cheap. and they can go out and they can burn it, they can pollute your air, they can raise my sea level, and they can compete with us economically. So we got to do something while we're trying to encourage them and the rest of the world to limit emissions. If we can provide the technology to reduce significantly, even though we don't want it here, we have better opportunities, we have better technology, we have better ways to go here. But we should be doing everything in our power to reduce carbon emissions, period, around the world. I'm the first guy, I introduced a climate control bill 20 years ago. 20 years ago. And so this is frustrating, but we should be able to, as my dad would say, turn lemons into lemonade here. We should be able to cut emissions and create jobs at the same time.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Thank you
very much.
I wasn't trying to avoid. I thought you all were going in.
No problem. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Keep it up. Don't let them convince you we can't do this stuff, okay?
Oh, we can?
Don't walk away, you know. Don't get discouraged. It's going to be a long haul.
That's right.
It's going to be a long haul.
We're in it for the long haul. Thank you.
Thank you very much.